Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Gimpy, and I'm here with a little more Heroes of the Nam for you. I meant to get this filmed yesterday, but it didn't work out, so I'm filming it on the Easter weekend there for you. Patrick, if you haven't gotten in contact with me yet, I still haven't got the email. Email me. I've been trying to give away Normandy 44 for weeks now. Email me so I can get that to you. Make sure you watch the video so you can see the special instructions and everything you need to do. Make sure to mention again, new channel, no enemies here. A guy named Dan, he's just started it. He's doing well. He's got 3 episodes up now. Neat channel. He's putting out stuff about, what's coming out, what's already been released, what's, good in playthroughs, reviews, stuff like that. Basically, if you're into wargaming, what you should be interested in. So definitely check him out. The channel's called No Enemies Here. You can just type that into the YouTube browser and it'll come right up. Like I said, he's only got 3 videos so far, but he's doing good work, good editing. I mean, he's doing better than I did when I first started by far. So definitely show him some love, show him some support, because he's supporting you guys. I will have my next giveaway video up soon. Don't know when. Like I said, I'm trying to track down the game for you. We'll see how that pans out. I did get asked for more personal stories, so if you're not interested in those, fast forward a couple of minutes, because I'm going to tell one real quick for those who been asking. Something interesting about me that you guys probably don't know is that I'm a twin. I have a twin brother, and we joined the Marines together. Signed up, went to boot camp, buddy system, whole 9, and that was just the worst idea we ever had. It was actually kind of funny when we went to the recruiting station. I was interested in the Air Force as well as the other branches. I kind of wanted to hear what they had to say. And as we're walking into the recruiting station, I see the Air Force recruiter sitting there. And no offense to any of the guys that were in the Air Force, other branches. It's friendly rivalry, picking on each other and stuff. But this donut lord should not have been a recruiter, because his office was first. And we look into it, and we see this guy, and he is just massive. He's a planetoid. And bursting out of his uniform, and not in a good way. All right. Belly's laying on his table. He's got a cup of coffee sitting there, some donuts, and just munching away, not a care in the world. And we look next door in the Marine office, and we see, fit guys jumping around, pull-up bars, guns on the wall, and oorah posters, and all this cool-looking stuff. And, we're looking at each other like, which one's going to get laid? Those guys are going to get laid. We're going there. So we walked in there, and next thing I knew, I was standing on damn yellow footprints of Paris Island. But one of the things, anyone who's been to boot camp understands is you want to make sure that your drill instructor, drill sergeant, whatever branch you join, doesn't know your name, right? You don't want him to know your name when you're first, in the first few weeks, because that means you've stood out. And if you stand out, you're going to get that attention from the drill instructor that you really don't want. And our drill instructors knew our names in 5 seconds, because when they first called out roll call, they go by last names and they call out our last name, and we're both like, here, sir. And they're like, what the hell? You guys twins? Yes, sir. And they're like, I'll be damned. So we had that going for us. And then on top of that, they were doing a documentary that my brother and I got selected for. So we had reporters occasionally following us as we were going through boot camp, and they would film certain segments like the obstacle course and firing range and things of that nature. But the reporter would be filming us and doing an interview. And in boot camp, you spoke in the third person. You had to speak, kind of weird, not like a civilian would understand it. Like, this recruit needs to make a head call, instead of saying, can I go to the bathroom? Something like that. And it's just to instill discipline and break the civilian mindset. So we had to snap out of that when we were doing the interview, and the drill instructors would be standing behind the reporter, and she's sitting there talking to us, and he's standing behind them, growling at us, drawing his finger across his throat, telling it, like whispering, mouthing to us that he's going to kill us. So after she'd get done, he'd take us into the quarterdeck and just drill the hell out of us. Tell one of us to push until the other one was tired, and flip back and forth, telling us that he was going to make us look good for the camera. The good part about that, though, is we did end up with something that not a lot of people get, which was kind of like a video montage of what we experienced going through boot camp, and now we can show that to our families and our kids and things of that nature. So that was a nice little bonus, but good God, we were just tortured over that. I mean, the drill instructors eased up on us after a while, but no drill instructor, drill sergeant, anyone in that position wants the extra scrutiny, because it's a hard job. I mean, you're having to break a civilian mindset and bring someone into that military, that Marine Corps mindset, and beat it into them. And occasionally, you got to beat it into them. You don't take and have cameras hanging around for that, because drill instructors aren't nice. They're not paid to be nice. They're paid to train you to be a warrior, and it doesn't work if you got cameras and brass hanging around. And God, we ended up paying for that. I hated it, but it was what it was. It did have its own little bonuses. Anyway, let's get back to the game itself. I've been sitting here thinking about it, my strategy of what I was going to do, because I'm kind of pinned here in the tree line, okay? Anywhere I try to push, if I try to run out, I'm going to get shot. If I try to run out this way, they're going to shoot me, they're going to shoot me. I really don't have a whole lot of options, and then my tanks are kind of pinned over here thanks to this gun. My problem has been this entire time, this gun, and I set the gun there, there's good position. And some people had asked me in the comments if I thought it was cheating to take and move some squads, like a single squad forward, to trigger an op fire. No, not really, because it's a tactic that's actually mentioned in the rulebook to do something like that, to run them forward and put them next to an enemy squad to make them spot, and then if they don't op fire on them, they're going to be spotted anyway. So it kind of flip-flops back and forth. If I'm playing by myself, I kind of got to make judgment calls on it. And for the most part, if the enemy can shoot, I'm going to give it to them most of the time, just depending if it's a shot that they have really no chance of making, or it's very long odds. I won't do those. But if it's something that I think that someone else will take, like, they should try to weed down my squads. If they have a chance of taking them out, that's a good thing for them to do, because I do have a little bit less in troops than they do. But again, their key goal is my tanks. So what I was thinking is, my tanks are over here, and they're really not being able to do me any good. I can't rush across this no man's land, because I'll get slowed down in the rice paddy, and there's just open ground here that I will just get chewed up from multiple different angles. If I can get this gun down, I can run guys in here and take a shot, try to get into the building. That way I can push into the village proper. So I'm going to take and drive one of my M48s over here straight into the gun. All right, because let me grab my little laser here. He's got his line of sight shooting, this way and then down this way. So he's all over here, but straight down this road is where he's aiming. And I was thinking about it. I've just got to get a tank over here. I've got to put a round on this guy. And I figured he's going to get himself spotted if he shoots at my tank. And if I pivot it and drive it straight up this way, I've got my best frontal armor pointing towards him. Best chance to withstand it. Not to mention, my tank has a better chance of hitting. His stats are better than this 75 mil gun. And I need to get within 8 hexes. So I counted it out. I need to get here to have my absolute best chance to hit him. And he can fire at me here, wherever. It's not going to matter. He's going to have the same amount. Let's see real quick. What is his stats? My little tweezers are just a little too big. Yeah, see, his short range is, I'll put it on camera for you guys, is 6 hexes. So with that being the case, see, he is in this hex, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, he would be 1 too short to have his short range, so he's going to need, yeah, a 6 or under, and he's going to have modifiers against him. So that's not going to be as likely for him to get a hit as for me to get a hit. But absolutely, he should take the shot against one of my tanks, because if he takes and succeeds in destroying one of my tanks, that's one of my biggest guns off the board, and they take out my other tank, they probably have this the match in the bag at that point. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm going to take and swing the tank forward, let him op-fire at me while doing basically an assault move with my tank. That way I get to fire back at him. It's like he shoots, I shoot, return fire. It's probably not the best of ideas, but it is what it is. We're going to take and go with it. Before we do that, though, we got to do our rally phase to see who is going to have initiative this turn. Hopefully the white die is going to be less painful for me, because good God, last turn it was nothing but ones. All right, let's see who's going to have initiative this turn. All right, it's going to be me. We'll have to see how that pans out. Probably going to be the only one that they roll this turn. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to take and basically just swing him around and drive him this way. He's got to be pointed at one of the vertexes. I guess it really doesn't matter. He's frontal either way. Yeah, we'll point him at that one. And really doesn't matter what point he op fires at him, because it's clear terrain, shrubs. So he's going to shoot at him in the clear terrain. So 75 mil is going to shoot first. Grab my little sheet here so I can see what modifiers he's going to have, because he is firing at me while I'm moving, which I think is going to take and use one of my assault moves. Put that on there. Yeah, that's going to give him a +1 because I'm moving. And does he have anything else? Fire, cover, arc. Bear with me 1 second. I'm almost there. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think it's going to take and have anything else. Unfortunately, since I am assault moving and I'm going to be firing back with the tank, I'm firing with everything. I've got a couple of machine guns on there. I've got his main gun, but I'm getting a negative modifier for the assault move, which is really going to weaken him down. So, yeah, he's getting a +1, and his stats are... Let's see, he needs a 6 or under. So with a +1, he's going to need a 5 or under to hit. So that's going to be hard on the old boy. We'll just have to see if he gets it. Okay, so he's taking his shot. He needs a 5 or under to hit. And then if he does hit, he has to penetrate my frontal armor, which is 8 or 6 depending. So let's see what he gets here. Miss, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now we can deal with that. Let me mark dummy there with a fired. So he's marked. Now we're going to take and blow his ass to kingdom come. All right. I'll throw it up in the corner there, but you can see the tank has 2 machine guns, has a 4 firepower machine gun, a 2 firepower machine gun, and then his ordnance, okay, that he's firing. I'm going to start with my machine guns, see if I can take him down with those before I fire the ordnance. Now, the machine guns, the 2 firepower has a range of 10, the 4 has a range of 14, so I'm definitely within range. but I'm getting a -2 for the assault move. So effectively, I'm firing with a 2 and a 0. So that kind of sucks for me. But it is what it is. We're going to make an opposed die roll here. I'm having to think about it real quick. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Okay. So effectively, I'm going to take and have one where they're both getting a +2. So 2 for my firepower, 2 for his defense for the bunker. And then I'm going to have one where he's getting a +2 and I'm getting +0 because of the -2 that I'm losing. All right, I'm hoping you guys are keeping track of all that. So first one, we'll do the big firepower. So this one is 2 and 2 for both. See what he gets. Okay, so wash. Damn. Close. And this one, he's getting a +2 and I'm getting a +0. Ah, yes, I got one. Damn, why couldn't that have been the previous roll? I would have had a 8 to his 4. That would have been better. But that's okay. So he's got 2 on the direct fire table here. So multi-man counter. Let's see. His morale is what? What's his morale? 6. All right, dummy's got a 6. It's got to be greater in morale, so I need a 5 or better. Roll a green one for him. Need a 5 or better to shake that SOB. It can happen. Got a 1/3 chance, basically. No! That's unfortunate. It is what it is. You gotta hate it. Alright, hold on. Wifey's calling. Be right back. Okay, sorry. Wifey wanted to take and put the kids to bed. Gimpy, if you see this in the editing, cut this part out. So, let's take and... okay. I'm doing my ordnance shot at the guy for my assault move. And my modifiers are... let's see, I got a -1 and a +2. So, I'm looking at my little chart here. Making sure I'm not missing anything else. I do not believe so. Oh, I am missing his terrain modifier. Oh no, he's getting a +2 for that. Okay, so where am I? +1, +3. Oof, not good. +3 on it, and I'm at my short range, so I'm going to need a 7 or under to take and hit this guy. Where is this? Shoot right there. Damn, 7 or under. That is unfortunate, but I think we can do it. Let's see what happens here. 7 or under to take and hit him with the main gun. We've got to take this gun out. Got it! That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, we hit, and that effectively means our firepower or our HE modifier of 4 is against them. Let me remind myself. There's so many damn rules about which way you use it. If I remember right, it's an opposed die roll. I'm getting the +4, and his terrain modifier does not come into it. I keep having to stop the video. I don't want to keep stopping it because I have to edit these little chops all together into pieces. Should be just the opposed die roll. Yeah, let me look real quick. All right, I keep getting distracted on this. Refresh myself. It was 4 HE modifier and no terrain modifier for him. So 4 plus on the white die, or +4 to the white die, plus nothing to the green die. And let's see what we get. Okay, so that gets an 8 to a 3, which is 5. And then we're going to roll that on our table here. Alright, so 5. I need anything but a 1 will get me at least a shaken result. So that's good. 5 plus 5 is 10 against him, so it's greater than his morale, but not equal to 2 times his morale. So he is going to be shaken. That is a bonus. See, now why I like the X maps, because it's big enough that I can get. I mean, that's a weapon team too, so I've got all that in there. Let's put that there. We'll leave the bunker to remind ourselves that he's there. All right, so we got that taken care of. It's a little more convoluted than I wanted it. I hope it came out all right, since I had to break there in the middle of it, but I think I got everything right. I don't think I forgot anything, but oh well. So that worked good. We've got him shaken. Now we just need to finish him, because if I can take that little SOB out, then I can pretty much push, because this wall is going to block that off, and I just have those guys. But if I can come in through here, really, I want this guy gone. I want dummy here in the center gone, so I can push in a couple of squads into this building, and then maybe one into that building, and then try to wipe them out from that side. Turn marker up before I forget. Alright, so it's on to them. Let's see what they're going to do. Nothing at close range. And it's saying to fire the onboard mortar, but I don't think they've got a line of sight anywhere to do it. Well, can he fire the onboard mortar at my guys without them being spotted? I do believe he can. I mean, he can just fire it into the trees. I'm going to have to stop and look at this again. All right. The card is showing, fire onboard mortar, offboard artillery. And what I was looking at previously is I'd moved this leader up, because you need a leader or a scout, right, to take and fire the artillery. And I don't think he's got to be spotted. He should be able to just fire. They know my guys are in the trees. They might not have them specifically spotted, but I think he can just take and fire into the, or attempt rather, to do a onboard artillery strike to take and try to get some of my guys here. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Well, actually, range doesn't matter for that. These guys are definitely within range, because this guy has up to 30. So was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7? Yeah, with that all the way across, he's got double the whole board worth of range. So the mortar can do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to give him that. Okay, let me pause one more sec and take and eyeball it in the rules. I don't do a whole lot of onboard artillery. I've done offboard, but if I remember on onboard artillery, it's pretty similar on how it's going to be affected, but I think it only affects a single hex, not a group of 7 hexes like an offboard artillery will. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so I just looked it up real quick, and I was wrong on that. They do have to have the hex spotted, because it looks like there's no drift or anything like that with onboard artillery. It's just call it in, you roll a couple die, you pick the higher the die, add it to their firepower, and then that's like what hits the hex. So, and they can't opportunity fire either. What are they going to do? Well, let's take and finish their turn out, and then I'll think about what I'm going to do. Highest firepower, fire, farthest firepower, farthest from, highest firepower, lay smoke, dynamic move towards. Would they lay smoke anywhere? Move towards. Farthest from, highest firepower. They're not going to move there. He might. was thinking maybe move those guys around to get them in a better position because they're not really doing much where they're at now. Let's see. Closest to a victory condition, lay smoke, pass. There's really no... If they lay smoke, honestly, they're helping me at this point. Because if they would try to lay smoke down here or something like that, they're just blocking off their own line of sight. So let's think here. What can we do for them to move to get into a better position? You know what? I'm thinking that I'm going to use the dynamic move order on the card, and we're going to do another low crawl maneuver with this squad with its RPG, and we're going to put them right there. That way they've got a line of sight shooting down here. So if the tank swings wide, it can get hit by that RPG over there. That way they got ordnance firing here and they've got ordnance firing in that direction. And this guy's still blocked off from them over there. Okay, so that takes care of their turn. Now here's the thing that I was talking about with the artillery. The guy's got to have line of sight. And the leader's here and here. So they've got two that can call it in. This guy's too far back, definitely. And this guy can see, but he can only see to this hex here. So he can't take and see any of my guys over here. So as long as I keep this hex unspotted, I don't have to worry about having onboard artillery missions fired at me, but that pretty much leaves me with a squad not doing anything. They might take fire. I'm going to have to gun it across this danger zone here at some point. It would be better if I could take some of these guys out. I'm thinking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these guys are blocked off from line of sight from everyone except for this gun. So I can go ahead and just take and fire here into the bunker, try to do some more hurt to those guys and see if I can take them out. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And I'm not getting the assault move penalty this time that I had last time. All right, so I've got a bazooka. We'll deal with that one here in a second. So, what is it, a 3? Okay, so if I have the 2 is primary him, if I do that. Okay, it's 4 either way as far as that goes. I'm talking to myself about the firepower that they're going to have. Because remember, the primary squad firing fires at full firepower, and the one after it, you know, the ones that they come after are reduced to half, and it doesn't matter either way I have them go, it's still going to be a 4 plus his 2 because he's got the gunner thing, so that's 6. So 6 plus a bazooka. That's not too bad. We'll take and do that. We'll take and fire there. 6 firepower into his 2 defense, and see what happens. Watch it. It's going to be more ones coming from Mr. Gimpy. Oh! Oh! What is this? I was right. It's going to be a 1, but it's for them. Maybe my ones were last turn. Okay, that... Ooh, that's going to hurt them. Let's see. 6 plus 5 is 11. So, minus their 1. The difference is 10. Okay, so 10 against him. I'll grab my player aid here. We'll look on our direct fire table. Where's my shaken multi-man calendar? Okay. Oh, they're done. They're done. Greater than morale. They're going to take casualties, and casualties kill weapon teams outright. That's what I'm talking about. So let's see what they get on it. Yeah, they're done. They're done. That's what I'm talking about. We got a nice big hit into them. We don't even have to worry about firing our ordnance. That is what I needed. We'll throw these into the casualty box here real quick. Shaken. Make sure we leave the bunker there for later. Yeah, they just got walloped on that one. I really, really needed that to see how that was going to go. Okay. Let's see. What are they going to do? Well, what am I going to do? Because I got them cleared out. Well, it's their turn anyway. I'm sitting here thinking about my next turn, but I'm so happy that gun's gone. That gun has been driving me friggin' bonkers. But now I'm stuck in the same position of how do I get this guy to expose himself so I can fire at him? Let me think about this for a second. Okay, I was sitting here debating strategies on like, okay, what are they going to do? And then what am I going to do? And trying to make sure I'm being fair about it. I was looking at the card for the next turn. So I've just got to get my guys forward because it's this little bit of no man's land. I'm wondering how the game would have gone with the hill here because I think the fight would have been all over here. Plus that house would have been like right around here. So we would have been fighting over that. It totally changed the whole dynamic of the scenario. And I got to say, I'm enjoying it because it is so thought-provoking because there's really no way to go that's safe. You're just having to kind of barrel through and hope for the best. Anyway, I was looking at the card for them. Basically, they're going to do a move action. And what I'm looking at is this group back here. Because I was thinking about it with them. Yeah, they're guarding this key piece of terrain, which is a victory condition. But there's really not a whole lot that they can get done where they're at. But if they move over here, they're going to have a line of sight down this direction and up the road. So that's a better position for them to be in to where they can take and actually get into some action, get into some combat, because otherwise they're just sitting here waiting to be taken out at the end. So we're going to take and move this squad here, which has... Who is this? Lieutenant Kai. Lieutenant Kai squad and an RPG. So they've got some ordnance there. And they're just doing a flat out move action because I've got no one with line of sight on them. That way they're back. They're covered. And now when I move into this building, they've got some sight lines there. Plus if I try to flank around the rear, bam, they're pointing that direction as well. Now I'm still here in this position of where do I go? Who do I move? If I can get rid of this guy, right? If I can take him down, that's going to take and really open things up for me. I can get, well, it's not going to open things up too much because I still got this little SOB guarding a victory condition, and his little sight line kind of shoots out this way so he can hit these frontal hexes. So as I try to run into the building, they're going to shoot me in the butt. Let's see. What I'm thinking is maybe abandoning this right flank, pulling my tank around my other tank and parking it over here to fire at them. Let's see. Because they're going to be able to fire down through there. I can't go past pretty much this line here with anything that's spotted, that will be able to be spotted, because he can call down onboard artillery, and that could end up doing a lot of damage to my tanks because that hits them effectively in their weakest armor value. So they'd have an armor of 3 against a 2 plus d6. So that can do, or a 2 plus 2d6 higher of the die. So that could actually do a lot of damage to my tanks. So I really can't get sighted. If I bring him around here and have him, he could open fire, and then he could still pivot and head back this way if he needed to. Yeah, we're just going to have him do that. We're going to take and move him that way. And I'm going to mark him with an assault move, because I didn't use up all of his movement. That way, just on the off chance that I would like to take and fire with him at dummy over there, I'll get the chance to at reduced stats, but I'll take and stop his impulse here with just the assault move and let them go again. but I don't think they're going to do anything. They're still pretty much in the spots that they want to be in, because they have their medic here for healing. They've got their leader here to fall back to. This guy's still a pain in the ass. Does he have a sight line? Well, actually, yeah, it doesn't matter with that there, because that's not full jungle, that's light jungle, so that's degrading terrain. He could shoot that tank or the one that's fired. He could shoot at either one of them and attempt to shake them, because I still haven't buttoned those mofos. So he'd be firing against their lightest armor value. It would be better for him to shoot at this one, so it would be a 2 move, so he'd be a -1 modifier. So they would be getting a +1, and my guy would be getting a +3, but still, no reason for him not to try it. Let me see. Because if he can shake one of my tanks, that's bad juju for me. And make sure I'm not missing the... Is it vehicle? Vehicle, hovering helicopter. Yeah, so he's getting a -1 for that. And nothing else. So, yeah. To potentially shake me, he's going to go ahead and take the shot. Because they got to do something. They got to, if they can shake my tanks, that's taking big guns off of it. +1 for the green die, +3 for the white die. Hopefully, no effect. Yeah, definitely no effect. Good God, are you looking at this? Where are all these 6s when I needed it before? Okay. So there's that. Now we're back to my impulse. And... Ooh, okay. Okay, I got an idea. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, or if I can get to the bunker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can move to the hex of the bunker. I couldn't get in the bunker, which would leave me on a road, so I'd be exposed. Crap. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I can get there to this hex, but by doing that 1, 2, 3, 4, I give them an opportunity to fire. They could op fire on me, because I would absolutely be in range, and they would be firing with a firepower of 4. And I think that only gives me a terrain modifier of 1, so that's not going to be good. Damn. Where can I... I'm trying to decide, like, the problem is I can't run along the road trying to get into this building, because I was thinking, okay, I can melee this guy, just race in on him. There's guns firing, and I don't want to run the risk of... And anyone who's in the military knows, you don't take fire in open terrain like this and on a road. Yet that's just a kill zone right there. And it's both ways. If I come in from this direction, dead. If I come in from this direction, dead. I've got to get up on them and like swing around onto them. Something like that. Same over there. Wait. I forgot. I could rebel buildings. I wonder if I could take and rebel that building and then go after those guys. We'll do that on the following turn. Okay, I'm probably just going to take and fire at this guy with these, and I'm not going to fire with this guy because I don't want him to get spotted, because if he does get spotted, it's Artillery City, which could be anywhere between a 3 and a 8 firepower hitting them there. So yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. Alright, so who's going to fire? Probably just Lieutenant Reagan, and he's going to be probably in the same boat as he got 2, 3, and an M60. Yep. So it's going to be a firepower of 6 with a leadership modifier of 1. So he's firing with a 7 against the building of a 3. I believe that's a 3. Yeah, 3. Okay, so 7 on 3. See what happens here. Shit. I got a 9, and they got a 9. So, wash. Nothing. Do they have anything else that they're going to do? I'm not even worried about the card at this point because they really have nothing they can move or fire with. Look. This leader up here is going to be able to do some work for them because he's going to be able to spot. I might even move him farther up on the next turn because if he gets over to here, he can spot all down here and then they'll have a good line of sight. Any of my guys that get spotted, he can call in because that artillery, if they can call in mortars on me, that's pretty much it. That's going to be game. My thing is trying to prevent them from getting any mortar shots on me. Okay. I don't think there's any movement they want to make. I think I'm going to have to pass with them. He's got line of sight there. He wants to keep that. He's definitely not moving. He's got good line of sight and cover there. This guy's covering here. Medic's there. The machine gun is covering from here for if I try to push up around this right side. Yeah, they're all where they want to be. This guy's going to end up having to come back. But yeah, we're going to just take and fire with my last group here, and that's probably going to conclude the turn. But do I want to move up and then fire? Because I would be blocked from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that? His range is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! If I move up, they can up fire on me. And I would be taking a shot for no reason. But I need to move up. I've got to get on these guys. I'm stuck in these woods. Okay, so this is jungle terrain. This is light jungle, so it's degrading terrain. So it's going to reduce my shot by 1. We're not going to move. Let's see, I'll use a 2 and a 3. And a bazooka. So basically, it's a wash as far as the leadership modifier goes. So firing with a firepower 4 plus bazooka later against his 3. Let's see what we get here. 4. Look at that. 4 plus my 3 is 7. 3 plus their 4 is 7. Wash. And this bazooka probably ain't going to hit for shit, but we'll try it. Range is greater than 2, so it's going to be a 7 or under to hit. 7 or under, and I'm adding 1 for degrading terrain. There's got to be something else I'm having to add. Say -1 for the leadership modifier. Wait, no, I think I used that with that, and he can only use it once. So no leadership modifier. Horrible, bad Gimpy. I think I'm just getting just +1 on this one. Yes. Oh, no. Plus his target modifier, which is 3. So I'm getting +4. And that means I need a 3 or under to hit. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But we'll take the shot anyway, just to see what happens. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? When I want to roll low, I get double 6s. You gotta be kidding me. Look at that junk. Auto miss. I get the auto miss on that. Wow. Okay. So that's going to complete that. And I think that's going to complete turn 3 of the Heroes of the Nam. It went okay. We took out their weapon team, the key weapon team that I was worried about here. And that's good, but I've got to take and get out of these woods. I've got to get pushed forward. And it's just all this open terrain here. I pretty much have this one little narrow avenue to try to push forward into these buildings without these guys being able to shoot at me. But because of this guy being here, and then this guy has just a little bit of a line of sight. So like if he wasn't here, I could run these guys forward into this building, but this guy being here is just crushing it because he's going to have an op fire right along there, which could potentially wreck my guys, because the worst thing that could happen to him would be to become shaken right here in the middle of the road and just be chewed up. But at least this gun's down, so it's not the worst thing that could happen. But we'll have to see on the next turn on how things play out. I'm thinking maybe I'll just drive the tanks forward and try to rubble some buildings and just get in their face and see what happens. But if I do that, I'm going to be close to this bazooka over here. And I know they've got another one. I can't remember. I think it might be up here or it's over here. Regardless, they've still got bazookas that can still take out my tanks. So we have to be careful of that. And the potential for close assault if I get too close and they basically jump up on the tank and start firing into it. They can still do that if I, get on top of them. All right, we're going to call that for this video. Like I mentioned at the beginning, make sure you check out Dan's channel. You know what I mean? He's here, good channel. And be on the lookout for the next Gimpy's Game giveaway, which should be here in just a few days. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one.